Hey Philip, welcome back.
Hi.
How have things been going?
Same old, same old. It was kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard to get here today.
Yeah. How come?
I just didn't really want to get out of bed. I don't
Mm,
really want to be having this conversation or really doing anything, but
totally.
I'm here, so
I am so glad that you're here. In all seriousness, I am so glad that you did come out here today. I understand motivation. It can be hard to find.
mhm.
Um, and I guess before we get into it and I start asking all these questions, why don't we just take a pause, take a breath, and talk about why was it hard to get here today? What was going through your mind?
I think it would have just been easier to stay in bed.
Hmm.
It's pretty early in the morning,
Yeah,
um, and I think I would have rather stayed in bed
yeah,
because that's
definitely.
usually what I do.
Hmm.
Um, but you know,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, I mean, motivation is ultimately, something that I'm really excited to talk about with you today.
mhm.
Um, there's an extent to which I can see that this is an area, you know, I won't say that you're struggling with, but I understand that you do not generally feel motivated. And that's okay. That's not your fault or anything. But, I want to chat about that more today. And, I believe we might actually be able to set some goals
Okay,
that may, you may find will help you over time.
okay.
As a jumping off point,
Mhm.
I mean, I understand. We talked about this last time. It was on your intake form. You shared with me that you are primarily coming to therapy at your mother's suggestion. Is that correct?
Correct.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm doing it to appease her,
Hmm.
because she said that if I lose my job, um, or don't figure something out to like get me out of bed in the morning, then she and my stepdad don't really want me living there anymore. And I don't think I'm ready to move out,
Hmm.
and I don't think I can afford to move out.
Hmm.
So I am doing this to appease her so she
Hmm.
doesn't kick me out.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate your honesty.
Hmm.
Um, good to know. The most important thing is that we're just on the same page as each other.
Hmm.
And I understand it can be hard to come and speak to a therapist when you are not really personally that jazzed about it.
Hmm.
What would you say your outlook on this whole therapy thing is? Do you think it's could be helpful at all?
Um, I mean, I guess it could be helpful. Um, I mean, it's obviously helpful to not get kicked out right now because I just
Hmm.
don't think I'm ready.
Hmm.
Um, and then I don't know, just working through some of the feelings I've been having lately.
Yeah. Hmm. Can you describe for me some of these feelings that you've been having lately?
Well, sort of feelings of, I don't know, I've heard my friends talk about depression a lot, and I wonder if maybe I'm depressed a little bit because I do feel sad
Hmm.
almost all the time.
Yeah.
Um, and then just really tired. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know if you can call that a feeling, but I feel really tired and
Sure.
sad a lot.
Yeah. Hmm.
And that's why I would rather be in bed right now.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Again, I really appreciate your honesty.
Hmm.
Those are totally normal and reasonable things to feel. The reason I asked you if you think it's effective
Hmm.
is that I'm trying to gauge, I guess, where you see this going.
Hmm.
Have you thought about outcomes of our sessions?
Um, I guess not really. I know therapy is helpful for people when they're feeling
Hmm.
sad and depressed.
Hmm.
So I guess I'm just curious how that works. If I just talk about it, or if
Hmm.
you just wave a magic wand and it goes away. But
Well, admittedly, I'm not going to just wave a magic wand. Um, we might have a good laugh about it,
mm,
and I wish it were that easy, but it would not change the situation. So,
mm, mm,
what we're going to do starting today is we're going to work on goal setting, actually.
okay,
We're going to find goals that work for you,
mm,
um, things that you want for yourself. I am not going to force you to do anything.
mm,
But what I want to do with you is find goals, things that you actually would like for yourself.
mm,
And we're going to find ways to achieve them, even if it's little baby steps.
okay,
That's what I want to work on with you. Um, and I really do believe that this is a step towards maybe feeling differently about your whole life situation, actually. That if we take little steps one by one, slowly things will start to change for you.
okay. I mean, I would like that if that's
Yeah.
possible. So,
I'm going to start with a really broad question, and it's okay if this is too broad.
mm,
Just give me how you feel about it. We've established already that you generally don't want to get out of bed.
mm,
You generally don't feel that there are things that you enjoy in your daily life.
mm,
What would it look like if tomorrow everything was different? What if your life was exactly what you wanted?
mm.
What would that mean for you? What would that look like? What would you do on a daily basis if things were just what you wanted?
I mean, if I don't know, I just remember being in high school, which wasn't even that long ago, and
Hmm.
like I just liked going to school so much that I
Hmm.
would almost like jump out of bed in the morning.
Mm.
And now I'm at a place where it's like that seems like the last thing I want to do. And I
Hmm.
guess I would feel like my life is better if I got back to that feeling of like I want to
Hmm.
like hop out of bed in the morning and
Yeah.
you know if what I was doing was meaningful, which I know I've shared this with you already, but like what I'm doing right now just doesn't feel that meaningful. Just working in
Sure.
a grocery store and like
Hmm.
I just miss that feeling of I guess motivation.
Sure. Maybe a feeling like you are doing something impactful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really glad to hear you say that
Hmm.
because, especially with your job, this is one of the things I want to circle back on. Now, I don't know if that's, my first question. In fact, it's not. So I'm not asking you these in any particular order,
Hmm.
to be very transparent with you. I'm asking these questions in the order that they came up during our initial session together. So it's not about priorities. I'm just going to one by one maybe check in on how you feel about these particular topics, and one of them will be your employment.
Okay.
The first thing I actually want to ask you about um, is about sexuality,
Hmm.
and I'm very aware that this is not something you've shared with others at this point.
Hmm.
So I want to be really sensitive to that,
Hmm.
and you know, just let me know if it's uncomfortable or not something you want to talk about, and that's really okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you did share with me that you identify as gay.
Yeah.
Would you want to walk down the street with a male partner? Is that something you would want for yourself?
I think I would be a little embarrassed
Okay. And you would be embarrassed because.
because I feel like everybody would be looking at me,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's just not really something you see around here.
Yeah.
So I think I would really stick out, and I don't really feel like I want to stick out.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think I would be uncomfortable with that.
Okay. Do you think you would want to identify yourself as gay to other people?
I mean, I want people to know who I am, but I'm also afraid of people judging me. So
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I'm a different person because I'm gay.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess yes and no. Like I
Of
want people
course.
to know, but I don't want people to treat me differently.
Right. Would you say that you have any fear about backlash?
Yes. Shared a little bit, but my stepdad and my mom to some extent
Hmm.
are not very accepting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm already on the verge of being kicked out with like this whole
Yeah.
almost losing my job situation,
Hmm.
and like not getting out of bed and whatever.
Hmm.
So I feel like it might push them over the edge if I
Yeah.
just told them I was gay.
Yeah. In a perfect world, would you want them to know?
I mean, in a perfect world,
Hmm.
meaning that like they would be accepting, or
Yeah. If everything could work out just the way you wanted,
mm,
would you want them to know?
yeah, if everything were to work out and they were to be accepting and like
Hmm.
they didn't kick me out,
Yeah.
then yes, I
Yeah.
would want them to know. But
No, I got it. My last question, I suppose, is do you feel like you're hiding something from other people?
um, yes, but it feels like it's for self-defense, so I don't
Hmm.
really feel bad about it.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering me so honestly.
Hmm.
In that case, I am getting the sense that you're quite comfortable with where you're at right now, or fairly comfortable. Is that not quite correct?
I think fairly comfortable.
Hmm.
Yeah, fairly comfortable,
Hmm.
but I feel like part of the context of why I've been so unmotivated and like depressed, and I guess if that's the word I could use, or maybe sad,
Hmm.
um, is possibly to do with my being gay, and
Hmm.
it feels like I can't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Um, so I would say that sure, I'm comfortable not telling people because I
Hmm.
feel safe,
Yeah.
but I do feel like it's kind of eating me alive.
Okay. Would you say that you maybe feel a little bit trapped?
Yes, yeah, I
Okay.
definitely feel trapped.
Yeah. And do you think that being more open or being able to speak to people more about
Hmm.
being gay, do you think that that would help you feel less trapped?
Yes, I do think it would help me feel less trapped because then I can be myself.
Hmm.
But again, I don't want to
Hmm.
have to deal with backlash.
Yeah. So the sense I'm getting here is that you are experiencing some internal struggle,
Yeah.
and that maybe that is causing you a little bit of sort of negative feelings in your daily life.
Hmm.
However, I'm not sure that I am comfortable making, your sexuality and sort of working towards coming out a goal at this time, because of the safety concerns, of your housing
Hmm.
and just general acceptance. How
Okay.
does that strike you?
Um, yeah, I guess if it's not safe, maybe it's something that could be tabled for now, I suppose.
Hmm. And if you don't agree with me, I mean, please let me know. If you tell me that you do want to work towards this, I would love to. But
Hmm.
currently, I'm feeling like I'm not sure that you've shared with me that it may not be in your best interest. So I wouldn't be comfortable telling you that this is a goal we need to set.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
However, I will say that you can always talk to me.
Hmm.
You can share with me anything that you'd like to share about being gay. Um, I know therapy is a very formal thing sometimes it feels like, but if you just want to talk about a guy you have a crush on, you can tell me absolutely anything, okay?
Okay.
Good. My next topic that I'm going to ask you about is your current employment. Now, we've
Yeah.
already talked about this, a fair bit. You're
Hmm.
working at Walmart, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
You're not loving it.
Hmm.
It is a dead end job.
Hmm.
It is not paying you very much.
Hmm.
This is kind of my summary of the things that we've discussed.
Yeah.
would you, could you see yourself working a different job right now without a different degree or anything? Could you see yourself working at a different employer?
No, I don't think it would be much different from where I'm working at now because I just don't have the qualifications.
Okay.
So sure, I could work some other retail place, but it's not going to be any different.
Okay. That's completely fine.
Mm.
Can you tell me about some of the ways that working at Walmart or any other retailer is actually getting in the way of you pursuing the things that you want?
Um, I don't know if I'd say it like is getting in the way. I mean, my goal with working in retail was to get money for school.
Hmm.
Um, I guess maybe how depressed it makes me to work there, or how
Hmm.
like hard it is to go to work, and how unmotivated I feel about going to work.
Yeah,
Is sort of getting in the way because it feels like, well, if I'm not cut out for working at Walmart, how am I cut out for college, right?
sure.
So,
You've already kind of touched on this. What are some of the ways that working at Walmart or any other retailer could actually help you
mhm.
achieve your goals? One of them you already mentioned is school.
Yeah, I started at Walmart because they have a tuition incentive program.
Hmm.
So, like, if I work there long enough, they'll give me money towards school.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not much, but it's something.
Mm.
And my parents don't charge me rent.
Okay.
My mom and stepdad don't charge me rent, so I
Yeah.
don't really like I can save money pretty easily.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have to put my paycheck towards anything. I can just
Hmm.
save it. But
Hmm.
so I guess it's helping me save up for school. But
Yeah. Do you know how long you have to work with Walmart before they start this tuition assistance program?
they said a year,
Okay.
so
And how long have you been working there?
it's been like 4 months.
Okay.
I graduated high school like not too long ago.
Gotcha. So this could help you on your goal.
Hmm.
It is still 8 months away,
Hmm.
um, which is early enough that I would tell you I think you could probably switch to another job and not really lose out, too much on the time you've already put in.
Hmm.
So let's just think about it for a second. Given the choice between working at Walmart for another 8 months and getting the tuition assistance, or finding another job at a level you're qualified for that you do like better. I
Hmm.
know this is asking for a sort of perfect situation, but which of those options do you think you would pick?
I mean, I don't really know what jobs I'm qualified for that would be
Hmm.
much different than working at Walmart,
Yeah.
because I don't want to work in fast food.
Okay.
And I guess like retail is the only other thing I know of.
Sure.
And if I force myself to do this, then it'll
Hmm.
be worth it eventually.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to see this through.
Okay. That's a perfectly worthwhile perspective, and
Hmm.
it's true. This could really help you on the path that you I think do want to take based on what we've discussed.
Hmm.
So I do want to set a goal around your employment.
Okay.
I'm glad that you feel ready to just push through at Walmart,
Hmm.
but I do feel that there may be other opportunities out there, even with your current qualifications.
Okay.
And so I would like for you, and you don't have to do this, but I would like for you to go on some sites like Indeed,
Hmm.
um, and just take a look around, the local area
Hmm.
and see what's out there.
Okay.
Just sift through a page or two of job postings for high school grads.
Hmm.
Um, and next time when we meet, you can tell me if they all suck and you're not even remotely interested. That's okay. Then we'll
Hmm.
drop it from there. But I want to make sure that that's really true
Okay.
because there is this chance that you could do something that you would like a little bit better that
Hmm.
would make your daily life a little bit easier.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a lot of work, but I
Hmm.
can try, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
No, I would really like for you to do that before our next session.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about school. We've already touched on it a bit.
Hmm.
You shared with me that previously you had envisioned getting a degree in computer science.
Hmm.
Is that something you would still want?
Yeah, I really would love to make a video game someday. And I think, I mean, I could try to teach myself, but it
Hmm.
seems like it's a lot easier
Hmm.
if I just went to school for it.
Yeah.
And, they want to see a degree.
Yeah.
Every time I look at a video game developer job, they want to see a degree.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. And I'm getting the impression, but I'm going to confirm with you that being a video game designer is still something that you would love to do.
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Hmm.
To that end, what do you think? And I know this sounds like a simple question, maybe too simple, or it might sound stupid, quote
Hmm.
unquote. But what do you think would help you achieve that goal of getting into a 4 year or transferring from community college, but getting into a computer science program to be a game designer?
Um, I guess like the motivation to even start applying,
Hmm.
because like I looked at the applications and they're kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and money has been
Hmm.
like a big problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at the cost of tuition, it's like
Hmm.
I barely make that in a year working at Walmart.
Sure.
Um, and I don't really know how tuition works. I don't know how anybody pays for that, but when I look at those prices, it doesn't look like anything I can afford.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah. It just looks too expensive, and I haven't applied.
Okay. That's totally fine.
Mhm.
Do you remember some of the schools that you've looked at in the past?
Um,
Were they local?
yeah, so I was starting at the local community college.
And did they have a computer science program or something that would get you into that track?
Well, I was told to get my associates and just do my gen eds at community college because
Okay.
it would be cheaper. I think
Hmm.
my high school guidance counselor said that.
Sure.
Um, and so that was my goal, I guess, to just like get my associates first.
Hmm.
And like maybe I saw they had a couple like programming classes.
Hmm.
So I was gonna maybe take a programming class and like try that out.
Okay. Perfect. I'm glad that they offer those classes that may actually, help you on your goal.
Hmm.
You've shared with me that you've stopped attending community college.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to classes?
Well, I started a little bit in high school
Mm.
at the local community college, and
Hmm.
then that was really cool because they were paying for it. And
Yeah.
then after graduation, like I took a couple summer classes, but it was just too much with working
Yeah.
and taking the classes, so
Hmm.
I kind of just stopped like a month or two ago.
Yeah. Okay. Has the semester ended, or is the semester still going right at this time?
The summer semester was over,
Okay.
and I failed all my classes.
That's okay.
And so I just decided like I can't waste money on this because
Right.
I ended up paying for that semester.
Yeah.
And so I just dropped out.
Hmm. No, I understand. I'd like to set a goal around school.
Okay.
Could I get you to do a little bit of homework? And that's
Hmm.
going to be finding out when the deadline for enrolling back at the local community college is.
Sure.
I'm not going to make you go or anything.
Hmm.
I just want for us to know when that is and be able to have that in mind.
Yeah, I can do that. It sounds easy enough.
Yeah, so before our next meeting, let's look into that.
Hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
You had shared with me last time that you're not particularly fond of your stepsister, Amelia.
Yeah, not at all.
You had shared with me that she's loud, she's messy, she leaves her things all over the bathroom that you share with her.
Hmm.
To start off at a very basic level, would you like to have a better relationship with Amelia?
Um, I don't know. I think I'd rather move out before
Mm-hmm.
trying to have a good relationship with her because I didn't grow up with her. I
Right.
like barely know her.
Yeah.
But it just feels like she moved in and like she's the queen of the house,
Yeah.
and I just have to like listen to whatever she says, whatever my stepdad says.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really don't see us getting along. Like she
Yeah.
makes fun of me for liking video games, and
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like her.
Okay.
I don't think I could see myself wanting to be friends with her.
Completely fair.
Hmm.
If you're not interested in maybe working on that, then and you are more interested in moving out,
Hmm.
totally fine. We do not have to try to make any relationships better around here. It's only
Okay.
gauging your interest. So
Yeah.
let's scrap that.
Okay.
You know, hopefully you can coexist. Maybe we'll end up making goals around coexisting, but for
Mhm.
this week, we'll move on from that
Sure.
particular topic.
Okay.
And then the last area I want to circle back with you on is cigarettes. You
Hmm.
shared with me that you have recently started smoking,
Hmm.
and you also shared with me that you're actually annoyed is the word that you used,
Yeah.
and that they're a drain on your budget.
Yeah.
So, do you enjoy smoking?
I mean, it makes me feel good, right?
Okay.
Like I get a little bit of a rush after a
Mm-hmm.
cigarette and I feel a
Mm-hmm.
little bit happier.
Yeah.
Um, so I think I enjoy smoking when I'm smoking, and then once I'm done, it's like, okay, I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel so great about it again. And it's like this wave of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel really good, and then I sort
Mm-hmm.
of smoke the cigarette, feel good, and then like an hour later, I feel bad again, and so I feel like I need to smoke a cigarette if I want to feel good. So I don't know
Okay.
if I really enjoy smoking, but it makes me
Gotcha.
feel good.
Okay. Okay. How is the cost of smoking, which you've shared with me you don't like,
Hmm.
how is the cost affecting your goals? Is it?
I mean, I used to be able to put away a lot more money
Mm-hmm.
after my paychecks because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I don't really pay rent. I like pay for my phone and car insurance.
Yeah.
And now I notice that at the end of the month,
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot less money that I can stash away.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm buying like a pack of cigarettes every other day,
Yeah.
and I think it's adding up really quick. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I can stop.
Okay. So the question of being able to stop, let's put that aside and let me just ask you, would you want to stop smoking cigarettes?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I don't like the way I smell after I smoke a cigarette. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like the way it's making me reliant on them, and I don't like the financial burden.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of stigma around smoking cigarettes, right? Like I feel like I have to hide, especially at work
Mm-hmm.
and like around family too. So yeah, I would like to stop smoking, but like I said, it's hard.
Gotcha. Okay. So in that case, um, what I would really love for you to do
Mhm.
is just do a Google search for alternatives to smoking
Okay.
and see what's out there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not going to ask you to stop smoking anything or how many. What I'd like you to do is just read up on a few alternatives, and we'll
Mhm.
talk about that next week.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, quick little review
Mhm.
by the next time we speak, and I won't yell at you if you don't do these, but I'd like you to do them.
Mhm.
I'd like for you to have a quick look on Indeed or whatever job site, this is
Mhm.
really a Google search
Yeah.
to see what, jobs are available for you at your current qualifications, and just
Mhm.
let me know if anything seems even remotely interesting at all.
Mhm.
I'd like you to find out when the deadline for enrolling in the
Hmm.
next semester at the community colleges,
Hmm.
and I'd like you to just read up on some smoking alternatives.
Okay.
Those are three, Google searches, and we'll just talk about what you find next week.
Okay. That sounds good.
Great. I'm so glad that you came in today,
Mm.
and I really look forward to seeing how this week's homework goes.
Me too.
Wonderful. Have a good
Okay.
week. Bye.
Have a good life.
Thank you.